Hello YouTube. As you can see, I have upgraded my rotary drum filter. It's still made by Elelife, the maker of the Prayer one that I own, but it's a big brother, larger version that's 4,000 gallons per hour versus the 3,000 gallons per hour that I had. Want to give you a quick overview of the product, how it's different, and why I had to make this change. So right off the back, obviously, it's 1,000 gallons, rated for 1,000 gallons more than the prior one. But physically, it's actually quite a bit larger. As you can see from the overall hole that I had to dig, I had to expand it. It would not fit, the new one would not fit in the old hole because it's about 1.5 times larger than the original one I had. So I had to dig it out wider and deeper so that it would fit in. Now the reason I moved to this drum filter is that the prior one that I had, I couldn't get enough flow through the drum filter to be able to turn my pump on maximum or on full power. I always have to have it at about half power just so that it would, so the drum wouldn't spin all the time. And so with this new filter, I'm actually at full blast for my Iron Light pump that is rated at about 3,000 gallons per hour, but realistically it's closer to 1,500 or 2,000. And it's on full power and it's working fine without, I think it's been a few days now on full power and there's no issues with it. So so great on that part. I don't have to throttle back my pump anymore. But another couple changes that you notice right away that are pretty obvious. One, the drum is a lot bigger, so almost double the size, I would say. The other drum was fairly small. But it also has a cool UV light there so that there's less biofilm buildup on the drum itself, and therefore I don't have to clean it as often. So that's really nice in itself. I still have to end up cleaning it about once a month, but it's definitely, I can notice a difference where there's less biofilm buildup there. A couple other things. This one sits lower, right? Or it has the ability to sit lower in the ground, and that's significant because that allows the water line to be lower and the inputs of the pipes to be lower too. So if you remember the prior one, I had to have an L joint to come up and then go into the drum filter, and now it can go straight, almost straight across. So that's significant because the lower the filter is, the lower the pipes are. There's more pressure there, and so there's more natural gravity flow that goes into this. And you can kind of already see, from the way that the water is kind of bubbling there, or at least moving there. There's a significant amount of water that is coming through, and that's also that's a lot because it is lower in the ground, and the gravity, naturally just brings in the water faster, right? So yeah, inside I'm pretty happy with it. I'll go ahead and turn it on. I did the same modifications to make this gravity flow. When I got the box again from the manufacturer, it is a pump fed system. But what I did was, I literally took out the same two bulkheads that I had from the old one and stuck them into this one with a drill, right, with a pipe curl bit, and got him in there, and it's doing fantastic. Because one of the changes I had to make though with this one is because because there's less space because of the size of this thing, I had to have it has to collect the discharge somewhere, right? And I didn't have enough space, and sadly the discharge pipe is on this side, which I'm really cramped. So what I had to do is stick a sump pump in the middle down here, the smallest one I could find that would fit, and instead of neatly collecting in like a box or a little tub, it uses pretty much the ground, the hole as a bucket for the sump, and then it pumps out the dirty water into the yard. So that's one of the changes I had to make. The piping again is There's a lot less elbows. There's more of like, the only thing I had to do was like a 45-degree angle on that side, so that would help with the flow, because it's no more right angles to it. So overall here, let me go ahead and turn this on. And if you saw my old video, what I did with the sensor is that as a pump feed, it was put over on this side, and I took it out, flipped it, and then put it on the clean side, which allows me to do a gravity feed system. So go ahead and plop this up. And you can see it working. So I see no change in the pressure of the jet. The jets are pretty much the same as the last one, but the housing is slightly different. So it looks like the same pump for the most part, but they added a pre-filter to it, which the old one did not have. So there's a nice little like a stainless steel screen that is used to filter the water before it actually goes back into the jets. So that's a good thing. That's something that didn't have before. The box itself is slightly nicer now. It has these clips, and the internals of it is I would say better positioned now. Like it's all enclosed. There's the wiring's a little bit better. The covers over the wires are nicer, and yeah, overall, it's a better quality product. So yeah, that's kind of there. And for the most part, other than that, it's been working great. Again, I can have my pump at full throttle now. It's got at least, before it was at half throttle, so the amount of flow is at least 30 to 40% higher. My water's super clean, and this is probably the size I should have had on this pond, instead of the 3,000 was before. So it's a significant upgrade. Price wise, I think it's about, when I bought it, I think it was around $500. I think it's higher than that now. I think it's closer to $600. But again, it's probably the cheapest thing on the market, when compared to the other brands that are out there. You do again have to make modifications to make it gravity fed, which is preferred over a pump fed system. Again, to make those, all I used was a hole drill bit for it, and drilled it right through, and with some 2-inch bulkheads, it's working like a champ. So if you are interested in buying this, go ahead and we'll link the affiliate links in the description, and if you have any questions, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And those links actually really help me adding more content, so I appreciate it, and talk to you later. Bye bye.